Original stories to keep you awake.
Tonight's first story is about a man who thought overtime was the scariest part of his job, until he learned some buildings have floors you should never visit. Miguel was the last person in his office tower, surrounded by silence so deep he could hear his own heartbeat outside. Rain fell in diagonal sheets, rattling the glass like desperate fingers trying to get in. Miguel's eyes burned from spreadsheets, his desk littered with coffee cups and half-eaten crackers. The building seemed to breathe, vents sighing and lights flickering in odd rhythms. That's when Lolo Ben, the old security guard, passed by, dragging one foot as though it were too heavy. Miguel glanced up. "Still awake, Lolo Ben?" Lolo Ben stared at him with eyes rimmed red from sleepless nights. "Boy, never talk to anyone you see in the elevator after midnight," the old man whispered. Miguel snorted. "Why, ghosts trying to file reports, too." Lolo Ben didn't laugh. His gaze drifted as if remembering something unspeakable. "Some people never left the 28th floor, even after they died," he muttered. Miguel felt a cold ripple crawl across his scalp, but forced a grin. As the guard shuffled away, Miguel returned to packing his laptop. He kept glancing at the darkened office corners, half expecting movement. Finally, he decided it was time to go. The elevator lobby was silent, lit by flickering lights that buzzed like trapped insects. Miguel pressed the button. The digital display glitched, flashing nonsense symbols. Then it settled on floor 28, a floor Miguel knew shouldn't exist. The doors parted with a groan that echoed like an animal in pain. Inside stood a woman in a gray business suit, perfectly still. Her hair was glossy black, falling like a curtain over her shoulders. Miguel tried to pretend everything was normal. He stepped inside, clutching his laptop bag like a shield. The doors closed with a snap. He dared a glance at the woman. Her eyes were rolled completely white, as though staring inward. Her lips parted, and a thick trickle of dark red poured down her chin. The elevator jerked, dropping half a floor with a violent shudder. Miguel nearly fell, grabbing the railing. A smell filled the small space like burnt plastic mixed with rotting flowers. "Are you going down?" She rasped, voice doubled like two radios overlapping. Miguel could barely speak. "Yes." "Ground floor?" Blood splattered onto the elevator floor, pooling around her polished heels. The lights blinked so fast the elevator seemed to strobe. Floors flickered past the glass panel. 27, 19, 12. Some floors showed only black corridors stretching into infinity. Miguel squeezed his eyes shut, praying this was a nightmare. When he opened them, she was leaning closer, whispering his name. A drop of blood fell onto his shirt, soaking into the fabric. Suddenly, the elevator dropped a full 2 floors in a blink. Miguel screamed, voice echoing off the steel walls. And then, silence. The doors slid open to reveal the lobby, bathed in white light. Miguel stumbled out, legs shaking. Security rushed over as Miguel fell to his knees. He babbled about a woman in gray, blood, and the missing 28th floor. When they checked the footage, Miguel was alone the entire ride down. And yet, wet red footprints led from the elevator into the lobby. They say the woman in gray worked late the night of the fire in '92, and she's still trying to reach the ground floor.